Paul, this is a bit of a first in more ways than one, I think, for Loverboy. We're here this evening on the 26th of February in Stockholm at the Isstadion. And as I say, this is the first time you've been here, and it's a first in more ways than one. It's the first European gig proper, I think.
It's actually the first tour that we've done. We've played Germany twice, but very briefly. Like 3 shows, and the first time we came we did 1 show. All the way from Vancouver to Dortmund to play 1 night and back home again.
Interesting.
So this is going to be a lot more fun. We've got a lot more shows to do. We're going to be doing about 40 or 50 shows altogether over the space of about 10 or 11 weeks.
Right. What are you expecting? What have you heard about the European audiences?
I can only go from what I've heard firsthand, and they've been crazy. Especially in Munich. We played there, I think it was in '83, and right from the very first song it was Loverboy, Loverboy. And I think, all right, we'll come back. Be happy to come back.
This is also sort of an anniversary. It's your 10th anniversary basically this year, isn't it?
Almost, yeah. I guess it is, yeah. I met Mike in '78, late '78. So we're, by the time Christmas comes around, it'll be 10 years with working with the famous Mike Reno.
Yes.
This is our first show in a year and a half live. It's going to be very interesting. We have a brand new crew and a brand new guitar setup and a brand new set.
How does that feel?
And plus we're warming up.
Right.
We're not headlining.
Do you feel extra nervous?
No. Not right now. We have a ritual that we go through every night, it seems, and it's not a planned out or talked about thing, but we're all standing around like I am now, very calm and cool, but 10 minutes before the show, if you were to bring the camera into the dressing room, you'd see and it'd be the same as when we're on stage too. It'd be pretty crazy, pretty animated. But we get excited, we don't get nervous.
It's quite a unique thing as well today for a band to have been together for 9-10 years, particularly with all the same members intact. That's how do you see that? What is the key to Loverboy's success in keeping together like this?
I think there's 2 keys. The first key being that we took our time when we got together. There was nothing forcing us into it. That was the best part of it. There was no debts overhanging, and we didn't actually have to go out and start playing clubs and start racking up debts with trucks and buses and PA companies and light companies and instruments and that. We had a bit of help from our families and from our girlfriends and our managers and that. So we lived very, very low on a real subsistence level for about a year, but at least we were able to write and stay healthy and stay happy. And the second reason is we broke really early, and it's, why spoil a good thing really when we had a hit right off the bat. So it wasn't a matter of being frustrated and saying, well, this isn't working, let's look somewhere else. So the fact that everybody's friends, and we took I know Mike and I, we just jammed around for 2 months before we made the actual commitment that we were going to be a band.
Videos and the song Notorious, which is the latest video we've seen anyway in Scandinavia at the time we're doing this interview anyway. That is the latest single here, and it's taken from the album Wild Side. The song was written by you and John Bon Jovi. Perhaps you'd like to tell us a little bit as to how that came about.
John phoned me up one day out on the road somewhere, and I was in my hotel room, and he said, we started talking. He says, I'm looking for a producer. You worked with Bruce Fairbairn for 3 albums. I want to know what he's like and if I should work with him, and I recommended him. So they worked together, and then we decided that we were going to use Bruce Fairbairn on our 5th album again. We left him for our 4th and went back to him on our 5th. And we were just going through the tunes, Bruce and myself, and he figured that maybe I should be getting together with some outside writers just to see if I can come up with some more songs. And Bon Jovi's name came up, and so he suggested that I phone John in Jersey, so I phoned him, and he said, yeah, come on out for 3 or 4 days. And we were lucky to come up with that riff. We came up with about 4 songs, but that's the only thing that we really used.
So you work well together?
I don't know. It's real strange working with John and Richie. It's sort of, I'm a little bit of an outsider because they're so tight and they've written so many songs together. I'm just sort of sitting back judging whether it's any good. I don't find that I contribute a lot. I had the title Notorious and a couple other lines. John came up with Señorita Savoir-Faire, and I had the line Every Mother's Nightmare, Every Schoolboy's Dream.
I know there's a very nice, interesting story to the song Notorious. Could you tell us the background to that song?
I was standing outside a hall one night down in the south, and I was borrowing one of the crew's bicycles. I just like to ride around and just look at what kind of people are going to our concerts, and I'd rather get the insults from the greaseballs going by in their pickup trucks and Loverboy and whatever. And just look at the girls and well, yeah, girls coming in and the guys and that. This girl walked by and on her T-shirt, it's hard to explain. She had fishnet stockings, high heels, ratty hair, too much makeup, and a chopped off T-shirt up to about here, and it said "Every mother's nightmare, every schoolboy's wet dream," or every boy's wet dream. And I went, oh, it's maybe a little X-rated. It will sort of tone it down a little bit. And it's I carry one of these little. I don't have it with me now. One of these little dictaphone kind of things, and you just put it on and just "Every mother's nightmare, every schoolboy's dream." Put it back in.
Yeah.
Go on to the next idea.
And that was the base of the song.
Yeah, so they'd get back at the end of the tour and they run through, and I had "Break It To Me Gently" was on there, and a bunch of other lines, just ideas.
Paul, thanks for talking to us, and good luck with the European tour.
Thank you very much.